Any minor observation, any trivial stumble, if this penetrates your composure, you're surrendering your strength. The reality is those who remain steadiest don't face less challenges. They've only controlled their reactions. Imagine walking through life unfazed. No excessive rumination, no more emotional outbursts, only absolute command. Here I'll show you the method to condition your thinking to behave unaffected by everything. Perfecting the unshakable attitude is fundamental. The world is full of distraction, external validation, daily frustrations, unforeseen roadblocks. Suppose I explain that true strength comes from perfecting purposeful neutrality. The essential factor is developing to separate your feelings from environmental situations. When you let circumstances to control your state, you turn into an instrument controlled by external influences. However, when you condition your thinking to remain unmoved, you become the master of your destiny. When you embody this mindset, you command authority without uttering anything. Reflect on the most impactful leaders who ever existed. They never were people who acted on impulse to every slight. Their power wasn't in their skill to dispute, but instead in their power to stay unmoved. Imagine a scenario where someone insults you in public. The natural response for most would be fury. Yet what occurs if you merely grin and leave? You extract the provocateur's influence. Identical principles govern defeats and obstacles. People who comprehend the power of indifference view defeat simply as information, an educational moment. They do not internalize failure. They merely witness, adjust, and progress. How do you cultivate this level of control? Cultivate the routine of hesitating before reacting. Reflect. Does this scenario really influence my greater purposes? An additional vital component consists of mental imagery. Envision yourself as a person who navigates existence unmoved. When you reinforce this image in your mind, it transforms into your truth. Emotional separation doesn't mean repressing sentiments. It's about controlling them. Imagine this. You're in a heated argument. Should you permit their statements to command your sentiments, or will you grin unmoved? As you embrace this method, pressure reduces, lucidity expands. What you concentrate on, you magnetize. Yet when you assume mastery of your thoughts and emotions, you emerge as a creator of your future. Training yourself to be emotionally detached does not mean you become cold. It signifies you cease permitting external forces to dictate your consciousness. Your emotions serve you, not the reverse. Purposeful neutrality is exceptional power. We're trained to assume we need to concern ourselves with everything. But true freedom comes when you realize that most things simply don't matter. Detachment doesn't signify unconcern. It signifies selection. Not all conflicts merit engagement. When you quit engaging to every minor inconvenience, you recover mastery. Quit chasing acceptance. Pursuing validation is a snare. The instant you grant another person the strength to establish your significance, you relinquish mastery over your own life. Authentic assurance isn't provided. It's constructed through personal independence. The most magnetic individuals don't plead for validation. They own who they are, defects in everything. Freedom comes when you relinquish the necessity to be liked by everyone. No matter what you do, someone will perpetually opine. So why squander your power trying to please everyone? If you wish to escape from the approval trap, begin by questioning internally whose judgment genuinely counts. Another crucial step is learning to validate yourself. When you start recognizing your own worth, environmental acceptance transforms trivial. The second you quit chasing acceptance is when you begin existing with liberty. Criticism is inevitable, but how you handle it defines your strength. Criticism only has as much power as you grant it. If you respond sentimentally, you permit it to command you. The most resilient persons don't let criticism shake them. They evaluate it with lucid thinking. Capture what's valuable and discard the rest. process judgment via reason, not emotion. Two categories of judgment exist: constructive and destructive. Beneficial judgment is precious. Harmful judgment, conversely, is intended to tear you apart. Not each judgment warrants your concentration. When you answer condemnation with tranquil neutrality, you manifest all that your certainty is unwavering. The strongest people do not fear criticism. They use it wisely or they dismiss it totally. Pressure exposes people. Some shatter, however, the resilient continue steadfast. As they discipline their consciousness before the storm arrives. The key lies in distancing from a necessity for mastery. Not each will advance as planned, but you do not react emotionally. You answer with planning. Most people crack under pressure because they resist reality. Your thinking is your war zone. The contemplations you accept will determine whether you win or lose. To train an unshakable mind, you should construct cognitive routines, gratitude to counter negativity, discipline to override laziness. Every day you must train yourself to stay unshaken, to pause before reacting. Many individuals are prisoners of their feelings. However, individuals who command their consciousness dominate all. Psychological power is constructed in daily minor instances. One of the most powerful mental habits you may cultivate is separation. Distance doesn't indicate apathy. It means control. Another crucial element consists of rigor. The mind will always seek ease. However, strictness reshapes consciousness. Start small. Pledge to practices that reinforce your mental strength. Real power moves in silence. It doesn't chase notice. It merely performs and permits achievements to express. The noisiest persons are commonly the most vulnerable. If you wish to be valued, quit proclaiming your objectives. Success is not built through words. It's forged through execution. The more you talk, the more you invite examination. When you work in silence, no individual detects your advance. The most powerful people don't squander power demonstrating worth. They let their success do the talking. Stillness isn't dormant. It is strategy. When you articulate your remarks, maintain importance. In a reality where most urgently pursue attention, be the one who doesn't seek recognition. When others seek notice, you chase mastery. This is the separation between people who speak of achieving magnificent goals and those who actually do them. The moment you stop feeding external validation, you'll observe something. Persons will commence observing. They'll inquire about your process. And that's when you'll understand you've genuinely controlled the situation. Not since you informed everyone, but as you manifested it without saying a word.